ladies and gentlemen, we're here for another episode of Unfiltered Podclass, Season 2, Episode 9, right? And it's always good to have the female in the house, but today we're going to have male taking a different role today. Discussing something that I think a lot of us males are very ignorant to, right? Be misguided on, and have been told a lot of lies about. So before we dive into the topic, I must say to all my fans and all my viewers, thank you for all the support, the tremendous support. Continue giving us support, continue to share, and continue looking for more great content from Unfiltered Podcast. We cannot sit here without giving mention to our proud sponsors, Jacob's Agro, all your vegetables, your fruits, imported from the United States. They have an office right in there, you can contact them. Remember, the farmers not share croppers. 2, and we have Blue Mist Cooking Supplies for all your cookers, you know, the flavorings, the rentals, your part of your function that you need, your part of your function that you need, the services. Check them out. And creative media marketing for the best in graphic designing, marketing, promoting business, let your business reach your highest peak or at very full rates. Check out creative media marketing on 6494142. And honorable mention. No, we have a very nice location that I always want to come here to do brunch, but for some reason or the other, work have me do more than I'm supposed to be doing. So here what? We're called Monster Lodge. If you need the best food, best breakfast, lunch, or just customer service, just need to come and relax and just cool your head, nice breezy atmosphere, you know, no pasta, no ranga banga music, nice, cool, sophisticated place. Or fellas, you want to spoil a young lady, just bring her somewhere that's different, that's out of the ordinary. Check out our Monster Lodge. They're located at Luluni and La Maestro. Right? Check them out, tell them when you come here, tell them you order this on for the podcast, you just might get a 5% discount. You never know, you just might. Ask for a discount, just might. So, without further ado, we're going into our topic. Now, our topic today is masculine toxicity. Now, the reason why I would choose this topic is because you find that a lot of women say men are toxic, a lot of men say men are toxic, vice versa, right? And I think it be misspelled, misguided, some I would even say misread too, because everybody creating interpretation stuff sometimes can be totally different. So we're gonna divulge and dissect it, and we're gonna come to at the end of it. I think we should have a common goal and we should have a common knowledge of what masculine toxicity is. Ladies, we forget what you have, you have a different forum, but today the men. I personally bring men on here today. I gotta bring a few people to deal with the masculine toxicity, but I bring men so you can hear from the mouth of the horses, right? Of what masculine toxicity. I think they're gonna be very honest today because it's unfiltered. So we're gonna hide, we're gonna water them, none to cover them, and we're gonna let it all out, and we're gonna hear my side of it also. But today I'm gonna let these two young men here, my right, one on my right and one on my left, let they do all the talking. I'm going to interject when I need to interject. I'm going to let this. So this show is basically masculine toxicity. It's not about PC. I'm not going to be doing much talking. So I have the young man on my right. He's going to introduce himself, then followed by the young man on my left. He's going to introduce himself, and then we're going to take it from here. So, young man on my right.
My name is Omar Farley.
Tell the viewers, before we dive into the topic, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, a little bit in a nutshell, age, upbringing, what you're passionate about, and then you move on to other things.
About 22. So, my name is Omar Farley. I'm 22. I work alongside with Quarzo for about a year and a half.
Bro, we edit out, bro. We'll see, bro. Oh, God, but it's going to tell you.
Nice call, you content.
Yeah, I must go out of the chain course, not even out of work, bro. See, like, this chain course, not even, but it's not part of it. Start over.
Alright. So, you want the name?
Start over.
Yeah, I'm over here, right?
Yeah.
mannerisms from what naturally comes from within comes out, and it clashes because when you're with a lot of females, they're used to one way of living and one way of communicating with each other. And then when you display other traits, it has its tendencies to cause problems every now and again. But in cases like that, you need to just step back and be assertive and move on to solve the problem.
Alright, good afternoon to all the followers of Unfiltered Podclass. I'm Malkaya Ben Israel. I'm Malkaya Ben Israel, and I'm here on Unfiltered
Podclass.
Unfiltered Podclass.
We're here to teach and educate.
Unfiltered Podclass. We're here to teach and educate. And the topic today is masculine toxicity.
For some reason, there is my test masculine toxicity. So no, tell them a little bit in a nutshell, as Farley would have just said, a little bit in a nutshell about your upbringing. So at least when you share your views, they can understand where your views is coming from.
Right, so I have a fair share in dealing with women. I've grown among lots of women, and I can really say I can identify how this whole topic of masculine toxicity came about. Because there's a lot of things that we don't touch on.
Just tell them in a nutshell what it is that you do. Right? I guess it's difficult for people. Introduce yourself, then they'll be good into it. Good introduction again.
Good afternoon to all the followers of Unfiltered Podclass. I'm Malkai Ben Israel, and we're here to be a part of the.
Alright. You practice. Say it before you record. Practice. Say what you know.
I know what it's
No, let me know about this. Is pretty quiet. It was life, you know. I did cutting this life and this cutting this home. So real thing, you know. Be prepared, bro. This was
You already got your intro cut out? The one you did that's not cut out?
Oh, I could edit the bubble sign. When I do a record, I try to do less editing. Editing will be real stressful. The point is, don't say too much than you're supposed to. The discussion, really discussion, then you could add it wherever you want to add it. Introduce yourself in a nutshell, like how far you did. That's basically about it. But now also we get to where I want this basic, but then we go into it. Don't need to divulge yet. You can divulge when is it the conversation start. You come back to me, I'm the host, you advise the host. You come back to me, then I put the topic away. So the main agenda right now is introducing yourself and telling people what they're not. So when you pitch your views to them, they understand where your view is coming from, so they can relate and they can be like, oh, okay, alright. Because it can't be you just come there and talk. They don't know where you're from, where you be, what's your brain, what area you're from. I grew up in such an area, just 2-3 minutes, just go up in this area, or from this background, yada, and just take it back to me. When I can get you to stop when you finish that, then I can put the topic, open the flow, then it goes here, I can be back and forth, I can be checking the video, make it answer. It's not a question answer. Because I don't want to ask questions. I might miss things asking y'all, I might want to say things that I might miss asking y'all. You understand? Just calm down, breathe in, breathe out. Calm down. Good. You're going again. Start back with Farley, you know.
Good day, viewers. My name is Omar Farley. I'm 22, and in today's topic, we're going to talk a lot. You're going to hear a lot. Background of me: I work alongside with Quincy on a day-to-day basis. We get to see a lot. We get to see a lot of men from different walks of life, different views, different beliefs, and from someone that was raised in a predominantly female household, I get to see their views and their beliefs as well, and I think we could find a way to find a gray area in between so that we can eliminate whatever form of conflict we may have, any form of toxicity as they put it, and we can move forward as not just as a group here, but also as a society, and we can learn a little bit from each other.
Alright, good afternoon to all the followers of Unfiltered Podclass. I'm Malkai Ben Israel, and just a bit about myself. I don't really give out my age because I don't think it really matters. I've lived in multiple countries around the world. I've been exposed to various variety of persons, of females, of males. I've heard a lot of stories from the elders that I grew up with. So on this topic, I have a lot of points to touch on.
All right, wonderful. It's always good. It's always good to have male personality in the podcast. As my viewers will understand that males them are always difficult to bring on have a sit down with. And I want to say kudos and thanks to you guys for being here. It takes a lot of courage to come and sit in front of a camera to on this. And just say what's on your mind. And I'm glad that we provide the platform for that. So without further ado, we will dive into the topic. Bearing in mind, I don't want ladies or you male men to come after any one of us here because of our views. Everybody's got their own views and opinion. Like I said, in the comment section you can drop your own views if you agree with them or not. Everything we do in this life, everybody don't have to agree with it, but once the message is being peddled across, it is the right thing. And it should be the right thing to do. Make your own comments, but you shouldn't hold that words, not leave that words for your comments or what they would have said or have to say. So without further ado, what you guys think about when you guys hear the word masculine toxicity, or when you guys hear the word masculine, or when you guys hear the word toxic or toxicity, and when you hear the word toxicity, you think about something that's not good, not healthy, right? So right away you know that the masculine toxicity means as people, the layman would say, is unhealthy or functional masculine thing. So what would you guys take from it? Which one you guys want to start first? What's your take from it? Or what's your definition of masculine toxicity?
Well, a definition I would give is just traits that men, dominant traits of men, in a sense. Throughout the dawn of time, men are seen to be dominant. They're supposed to be leaders. They're supposed to take charge. And there are certain things that we would do that we would see, okay, you see some other guy do it, like, hey, that's a job for a female. Let a woman take care of that. Just not relax. See that would be seen as display masculine toxicity. Caregiving, cooking, cleaning. As of most recently, I'd say men don't really take part in that. Right? But you have to, let's say, grow out of it. That's the mindset to be taken. Because we're living in a time where gender roles are being swapped on a daily basis. You find that
Trading places,
yes. You find that previously men were seen as the breadwinners, as I said, the leader of the family, and the wife would stay home, take care of the kids, take care of the home, and make sure everything is in order. The man just comes home, eats, sleeps, goes back to work, rents and repeat. And as of recently, you're seeing men stay home, taking care of the home, while the wife is being the breadwinner. Men are becoming caregivers. Men are becoming cooks. Right? It's things that you see. You see men going into fashion as well. Well, I'm sure my colleague here will share a different view on that. But these are all things that, so I believe that masculine toxicity has its pros and its cons, especially in this society that we're living in. But we'll dive on that in a second.
Alright, so my view on the term masculine toxicity is more so just a trigger word. Because prior to the new era of feminism, there was no such thing as masculine toxicity. Men were seen as the breadwinners, the men were seen as the leaders, and the women followed. The women were more submissive, the women were easier to lead, and the families were better. All of a sudden, as soon as the urge, the rise in the feminist movement, that's when we started hearing the term masculine or male toxicity. There was no such thing, that's a new thing on the earth. And we can touch it.
So that is understandable, but my take on masculine toxicity is a lot of men. I don't think I would slightly agree with Malachi is that I don't think it's a more so a trait. I think more so as a word attached, the one attached to a male figure, because as we say, the trigger word, because a lot of men are good men, but I think they be because the way it was brought, the environment it was brought, all of it got to take into context. And you find that a lot of men will not good women, and even down to the brother or the sister or friend, and you find that these people will take advantage of them, take advantage of the situation. Like every regular narcissistic human being will. And I think that's whereby that person decide that they want to go down a different path. That person decide that they wanna just say F the word. Whatever it is, I can just do me. I don't give a damn about nobody even do it because I belong to this person, I be nice to this person. It is what it is. So they label everybody. Right? And it keep being a recurring something that is spiral off and it becomes like a wave. And you find that a lot of men became attached with the word quote unquote toxic or bad because people would have made them so. It could be relationship, it could be family wise, it could be that they were molested when they were young. It could be for many reasons. Like I said, this topic could be dissected in so many ways because it doesn't necessarily mean male or toxic alone, female or toxic. I'm touching on a different episode, but there's a lot of reasons why, and I'm sure my two guests here can diverge on that. A lot of reasons why society came to the term or society would call men toxic, or male figure toxic, or masculine toxicity. There's a lot of traits associated with it. Some of them are unbecoming, some of them are distasteful, some of them are disgraceful. I might share some of my views and some that I would have known. I might learn from these two young men here as to some traits of them because they would have dealt in different sectors more than me, some less. So like I say, I'm eager as much as my viewers are. I'm eager to hear because like I say, I don't think my views alone will or is a big of a thing on this topic, especially because I think these young men here will have much more to say about the topic, right? So without further ado, let's go into the topic. I don't know which one you guys want to start for us and share your views on how male toxicity came about, and what some of the traits associated with it. So I mean, some people can look out for them. So we make a look out for them. We can be aware of them and see the red flags.
I would say since the beginning of time, really. You know, as Israel said that these things were traits that men display all the time, and as of most recently, it's been labeled as masculine toxicity or male toxicity or toxic men. You'd see people would say promiscuous man is a trait, toxic trait to display. Every girl you see you want there with, every girl you see you want lash, as we say lash. But for a guy, that's seen as him displaying his dominance over other men. You know, okay, I can get more girls than you. I can bring in another body, I can bring in a Barbie.
Right? Boys don't have no Barbie.
Yeah, and it's women themselves see, they see a guy, they want a guy. Maybe there are some females that got the same similar traits. But for a guy, and it's like a competition. We work predominantly with men, and I think these guys could vouch for what I'm saying. That a lot of times you see guys bragging and boasting about how many bodies they have, and I think that's one of the things that would fall under what could be considered masculine toxicity. I would say another popular topic is displaying of emotion. You see a lot of guys, they're hard. They reserve themselves to themselves. They don't talk about certain things that are bothering them. And as of most recently, that's what's been plaguing men in society. The whole, okay, if I have something on my mind, I'm gonna just keep it to myself and try and solve the problem by myself. Which is cool, you know. It allows you to be assertive and know yourself, but it reached a point where you see male suicide rates are rising. As of most recently, these past couple years, they have been rising steadily. It stems where a part where a man could have simply just go to someone, a friend, maybe a counselor, maybe someone that was there and willing to listen to them, but they felt like, okay, if I talk about my emotions, or if I talk about how I feel, I'll be seen as weak. Men, you find that a lot of men don't cry. They say men don't cry, thugs don't cry, right? And that recession in emotion is what causing them to, you see a lot of men getting angry, a lot of men become resentful to certain people as well, not just to the outside but to their families as well. Even men in committed relationships, they find that if they're going through stress, if they talk to their wife and let their wife know what's going on, the wife will view them as weak and see another guy that's, you know, this other, he displaying, what was this? I never see him like this. There's times where I hear men say, don't cry in front of your woman, because your woman see you as weaker than. This is not what she signed up for, this is not what she fell for. And this other guy displaying alpha traits. So now she'll either go to the guy and have him on the side or just leave you altogether. And there's a fear that a lot of men have. So they resort to just keeping everything to themselves and just trying to figure it out. And in most cases, they don't figure it out. In most cases, you see a lot of men resorting towards drugs to feel some form of relief, narcotics and alcohol. Some men become abusive. Some men become promiscuous, because if this girl stressing me out, or me work stressing me out, and I see a nice little piece of tail, a beautiful female, run towards them. And that has its negative effects, especially for a married man. It will affect his family, and it could cause him to lose a lot. Because, as I said earlier, women, they don't want, well, I would say, a traditional female won't want many husbands or many boyfriends or side guy or whatever. So they'll just focus on just one guy. So if they see you being, let's say, too friendly with other women, that would cause insecurity in them, and it could either go as far as a divorce. So now you lose your wife, now you're doing alcohol, you're doing other form of narcotics, you end up losing your job, you're losing your family. All these things could affect, and it has these negative effects on you. Put aside the men being promiscuous, I think aggression is one thing. This whole macho, you always got to be the alpha, you always got to display strength. It has its benefits, you know. In today's society, maybe not, but back in the day, you find that men were hunters, men were soldiers, men were in these tradesmen. Men were in these positions where you had to be strong, not just mentally but also physically. You can't send a guy on the front lines and as soon as you hear a gunshot you run away. Or you can't get a man in the trades work. He bending steel, the steel hurt in his hand, or a craftsman, or he welding, the steel is getting too hot, or nailing a nail and hit his finger so he stopped the job. You don't want men that are weak. They wanted men that were strong. As a hunter, if you're going out, you got to track for days to find a meal for your family. You can't just go home and say, babe, man, I'm tired, I fed up, I ain't able to go down anymore. I almost got stampede, I almost got caught in a stampede, or maybe some predator was chasing me and I felt unsafe, so that's why we're not eating tonight. And you see that these are traits that are brought on. So with evolution, as we grow older, and we pass it on to our kid, next of kin, our sons or grandsons or great-grandchildren, even, let's say, relatives, nephews, cousins, whatever, we display those traits to them. And they'll see that, like, okay, this is what it takes for a man to survive in this day and age. So I have to adopt those traits. You find that now that we're moving on, to now, present time, we still have said traits. So now, you see, if you see a man showing any form of weakness, or not, they said rub dirt on it or walk it off. You fell, don't cry. You're a man. Just off the sand, wash it off, go again. These are traits that we bring up young men with. I'm not saying that it's all negative. Sometimes in life you need to just walk things off. But it reached a point where it goes from something minimal to something really drastic. You're telling a guy, hey, just walk it off. Don't show any emotion towards that. You find that some men, not knowing any better, not having an assertive male figure in their life, they say, okay, they thinking walk it off means don't deal with it. So now they're holding all of this pent up emotion, pent up anger, or whatever it may cause, and now they're going to vent in different ways. Not only self-harm, but it can harm others around them. Sometimes it might be intentional, sometimes it's unintentional. And the more they move on with their life and not taking care of the situation, or whatever is bothering them, it could also affect their health. You could develop PD, all that stress on your body. As we like to say in work, the boom not gonna raise. For men, you not get to rise when you see a nice girl. May cause heart complications. Men as a species have one of the highest rates of heart problems. Okay? Men also have the highest count in depression as well. And I think that it could stem from us holding back everything and not being willing to talk about it, or not finding a proper outlet for it. That you see that we're out where we are. You find a lot of men going into contact sports, fighting, football, cricket. I can't say cricket as well.
It's a hobby.
A hobby, yeah. So they use sports as a means of venting, but let's be frank. You can't be running up and down a pitch every day, all day just because you're angry. You still have a job, you still have family. So physically, for like what, once a week, twice a week, you could vent. But what's gonna happen for the rest? What's gonna happen for the rest of the week, the rest of the month, the rest of the year, the rest of your life?
Okay.
All right. Lamar said a lot, and you made some great points. But this is Unfiltered Podclass, and I'm just going to take the cat out of the bag. You women, you are the leading cause in creating masculine toxicity. I'm going to say toxicity, that's an easier word to pronounce. Masculine toxicity. You are the leading cause. Why do I say this?
Why?
Think about the women today. I ain't going to call names. I should. Let's start with Miss Shen Yang. What does she say? She don't want no man to tell her what to do, how to dress. She's on a puppet show. That's the problem right there. Women want to assume, or that's the word, right? They want to take on the roles of men. That's the whole thing.
And still be
a woman. That's the problem right there. So I'm gonna tell you all today, behind every toxic male is a toxic female.
Facts.
Why?
Fully agree.
Why do I say this? Let's think about it. If the women were looking for men that had degrees, that took care of the family, that only wanted them alone, the men would have adopted. But the women don't want that. They want the done stuffs.
One man in your own.
They want ratty gang. Give me the next one. Y'all know it. Y'all know it more than I do. They want all the done stuffs and ratty gang, the Trinity bads and whatnot. That's what women want. The guy that will pop the most Molly, that's what they look for. And what do men do? And what do men do? They give them what they want.
I think more so men adapt because they find that's the only means or the only road to walk in terms of attaining, most men attaining a woman. But I think personally, from having discussions with multiple women from different walks of life, you find that a lot of successful women of today, they're lonely and they're single. And you find that they're not in a stable relationship. And they paint a picture to social media that, you know what, I'm this queen or this independent woman. But at the end of the day, when you really do research, every woman that you see successful like today, I'm thinking not from the hustles them, most women that you see successful there today, there's some man that they would have been with, sleep with, a relationship married to, that would have died and would have, or the man that they divorced would have given them a settlement or whatever, and they would have used that money to project their empire or quote unquote empire. Say, I'm independent, I guess I do. But me, you both know that they ain't independent, right? They would have made some man toxic, or even contributed to the man being more toxic than he was. Back to you, man.
Touching back on my point, I'm gonna give you an example. Women today, you raise sons, y'all raise a son because 6 of the 10 times the men not in the home. Even if they're not in the home, they're probably out working. For example, we work 12 hours a day. Who's home raising the kids? It's the women. And you know what they teach them? They gather their friends around and say, oh, they're complaining, right? Well, you know, I'm gonna say, let's call him Malcolm. I find Malcolm again with the next one. Malcolm bringing home different women. Malcolm this, Malcolm is a bird man. No sound teaching. At no point she stops Malcolm and say, look Malcolm, maybe you should try sticking to one woman. Get him married. She's impressing her friends and pretending she's complaining. Oh, I just find Malcolm one kid. I'm telling you, I've seen this with my own eyes. Women are the leading factor in causing male toxicity. So, trust me on this.
So what if the woman of the home confronts her husband and be like, yo, I feel comfortable with what's happening here. And he continues to be promiscuous. Then what?
At that point, it's too late. Here's why I say this. If you're married to a toxic man, how did you end up in that situation? These traits just will pop out of nowhere. While y'all dated, you're gonna see him, alright, let's say y'all dating and all he's staring at is your boobs, or your butt, or your fronts.
No.
You know what I'm saying.
No,
right.
but not to touch you or anything, right? That's a good point you raised there, and I must emphasize on that. You find, for example, the average man would invite a woman to go out, right? Go movies or whatever. I mean, the women of today, they got to care about their own standard, a little bit more decorum. If they expect a man, even if a man is a toxic man, and he meet a woman carrying real standards and how much she pull down she standard, you want to see bro, he's going to pull himself in her. Because he would have realized that, you know what, I ain't a different level. You realize, alright, for example, you'll find a man, he can dress with the pants down on the butt, you're going to set up a little chill, dressing anyhow, and turn back to the front. He meet a woman that got real standards. But you see my bottom be shot like me on, soft pants, nice little face. I'm like, you going court or what? No, you going court. Let's give a friend that taking on a date, you're not going to meet you. Because I don't want to relate to him during that course of phone conversation that, hey, what? I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like that. And women, hold on to your words. Likewise with men, hold on to your words. Because you can't meet a man for the first time. Your cleavage exposed, right? You're wearing a shirt, skirt, or thin something, no underwear, and in the movies you're feeling cool. What you feel happening there? Do you feel happening there, man? God, and most people tend to say, the man actually first date, you know, realize there's a whole. That varies, right? But if a man meet you, you know the man intention, you know the man be tracking for years, or you're going to be like, I finally get you know. And you give up to the man for the first time. Man be like, guess what this girl is, so
Cheers.
yeah, understand?
Cheers.
Yeah, understand what I'm saying? So I think, as you say, is a masculine toxicity is something that's spewed about society on different shit.
But I want to touch on something Israel just said. Some instances, in cases where you witness this where we work, and you witness this in society as well. It's not always just the women imposing stuff on men. It's also men imposing it on other men as well. Because if you tell a man here, well, yo, I find this nice girl, and I want to take shots, something nice. And then when you next day you're like, yo, Friday, wash the tape. I said, no, but I just cash out. I take her back home. We had
I
a nice
guilty, you
night.
know. I guilty. I have time. I'm not guilty, you know.
Yeah, I had a nice night. You know, I take her out, I take her out, watch a movie, we grab something to eat, then I take her back home. You know, we just keep it slow, keep it time. I say, hey, but you like a lot of gal tomorrow.
But bear in mind, there's a serious stigma attached to that. So you find a lot of men with like, because you find, for example, right, a lot of men that turn, we call it running behind every skirt tail. He wasn't running behind every skirt tail before. There's a reason why he would have turned that. There's a lot of men that go to women, they want sex. They want sex. They just want to go out for a good time and try. They just want somebody, a woman. And this is what I'm giving you a woman pints right now. You're right down. Men want a woman that could be intimate with the mind. A man won't be intimate with the mind, not intimate with the figure, you know, because you find out women like a man face, like a man dimple, like a man because he has embraces, like a man because he has eye, because like Malachi, you know, like a man because he bring attention. A man will just use you, and he wants to find way like you for this kind of thing. You gotta be in tune with a man's mind. And all you know as a woman, you're in tune with a man's mind, and you not really have man control, but the man is into you. When a man into a woman, trust me, he wants to see no other woman. I've been real with your woman, he wants to see no woman. So what your woman gotta do, and the only way you observe this, if you see a man checking up on you every one way you do, you send a nice love message. You understand me? This way called love language. This way called love language, and you find that a lot of women don't know what is love language, don't understand love language. Vice versa, the men, women, same thing with women. Women want you to have them on the toes. You must be telling them things that they never hear before. You must be telling them things that they never seen, taking them things they never seen before.
But you find that nowadays that some men giving up the chase. If you find a woman that she ain't giving up on the first date, she ain't giving up on the second date. You know, she ain't impressed with your mortgage, she ain't impressed with your people. But she's still going on looking good. You want to say, this girl ain't giving him, but this girl ain't want giving him forwards. This girl ain't giving him pumps. This girl making style, she playing games. So now you see the next good looking girl that come. That got a little body, got a little figure, she give in. Now that's what you're gonna run into. So it's not just women alone have to step forward and just entice the mind and don't just work on the body alone. You gotta get some brothers that's willing to put forward. But then you see some men, they say, okay, they get a woman that they're giving into the chase. They're running behind the woman, they're taking care of them, making sure they're alright, the love letters and all of that. And then one day the woman's like, you know what? This other guy make me feel more than what you make me feel. Or for some reason, whatever reason it is, you be like, you know what? You're not the one. Some guys can't take that. So now some men can't take rejection. So now they find out, alright, good. Or let's say they got through the female and they were with the female for years, and the girl get a blow, cheat on them, or the girl leave them for whatever reason. Maybe he's struggling, the girl leave him while he's struggling. They find a man and say, "What now? Watch. All these girls never is the same. Woman is not. Woman is not. Right? So now every girl that he's going after, he ain't going after for the mind and all. He's just going after for conquer, move on. Especially if it's a guy that's hustling or a guy that's on his grind, making money. So you find that, you know what? Watch. Work already taking up a lot of my time. I get my business, I don't have my family I gotta take care of, whether it's parents, taking care of a parent, taking care of a grandparent, or maybe got a child with some other female, or maybe he's just on his grind. He ain't got nobody to take care. He's just on his grind, take care of himself. You find out the man like, here, what? Watch. I just come for one thing, self-satisfaction. If you happen to be satisfied one time, no sin, you get this other girl here that I could always get. So if you play in a game, I just go there. Ain't there for no stress, no long at all. See a lot of men just develop and they become like that.
There's a problem right there. I know for the majority of men, I would never agree with this. How do we curb this? How do we take this title off of us? Celibate. Let's try being celibate. Because, hold on.
Hard task, man.
Hard task, right? But hold on,
Hard task.
let me explain why, right? Because we got this negative title on us. Men are toxic, men are this, men are bad, yada 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 yada. But why? Lamar just mentioned women give him blow, men give him blow, so on and so forth, lead depression. How do we fix that? For a lot of men and a lot of women, we search in the wrong areas for a partner. True, true. Why? Men these days, all they look for are the majority of men, because they got a few different ones. But the majority of men,
You love the boys as they would come.
right, all they want is a big butt, a nice shape.
You know.
They see that and they go nuts.
Petite one, petite girls,
Look,
out there.
look.
Yeah, you know.
Few men.
That's all I'm saying,
I'm talking about the men of the world, say they're toxic men. All they want is the hourglass shape. And the reason for that is because all they see in you is lust. They see you for a couple minutes, they only want you for a couple minutes, 3 seconds the most in one night, and they're gone again. They're gone over to the next person. So how do you protect that? Females, if a man is asking you for sex in the first year of talking, Look.
Bro, don't push
Look,
it, don't
it's
push
the
it.
savior.
Come on, Steve
Give
Harvey
it to
tonight it
years.
is.
Let me explain why.
Alright,
Let me
let's
explain
do
why.
it.
Here's why. These brothers that sleep around, they come with many traits. These are not my words, right? These are written by men way more elegant, way more articulate than that. These men have stated, look, the man that jumps from woman to woman, they got many traits and many tricks. So they can pretend for only so long, they're gonna say, give it a year. A man might come, you know, and say, look, this is my car, yada yada yada. But when you check, the documents is in his friend's name. A man might come and say, look, I got all the biggest good you, when you duck in a little bleach, it turns in silver.
But
So there's a problem right here.
This is how well and good, right? But it's like back in the days you used to say, when you go to church, you say no sex before marriage, right? And then when you marry the person, you finally get married a monster. And I think a year is too long because it's like this is, right? Whether or not we want to admit it or not, even if we got 10 things that we can see that is standard as a man, that you can see in like a woman, some might have it in divorce, some might have it in order. We might look at how she carries herself, she teeth, whatever. We can make sure as a man we look at the woman's shape, body. I mean, don't let me from this point. We can look at the woman's shape, we can look at we can complain to man because it's human, you know. Why we really say it, you know. You can play mind by pushing a back shot by what she gonna look like. Why? We do say, listen to thing, and give me a saying, why if I care she to marry, how she gonna look, pushing this dress. Oh, she, a lot of things want 3 months, so for a year is 12 months, bro. 365 days, even if it's 366 days. And trust me, no man on this planet or they wait in a year. And no woman in wait in a year. Because watch it, so listen to me carefully, right?
Don't say no man.
No woman in wait in a year because it's either two things. Right? She got a woman, or she got sex ties. So either way the other, she ain't celibate. She ain't celibate because somebody going there, something going there. If it's celibate, it means nothing can go there.
So think about it, right? Who's it benefiting? This 1 year period. Who's it benefiting?
Something.
You want to be, let me ask the women. You could ask the women. Let's think use the comments, right? For the women, who is it really going to benefit? Being passed around from every man that says you look nice. Is it really going to benefit you? Because by the time you reach 35, all you got is a high body count. Is that what you really want?
It's not able to sir.
Is that?
I'm telling you, Unfiltered is not able to sir.
No, we got to keep it a bit filter.
No, it is not able
By
to
the time
sir.
you reach 35, all you got is a high body count, sometimes 3 children with 3 different baby daddies. Do you want that? I mean, women, we've been doing this for a very long time. It's time we fix this. That's when you get rid of
But
toxic.
there's men with six children and 6 baby mothers.
Toxic. If a man has so many baby mothers, you gotta ask yourself, what is he doing wrong?
You remember now it's just like back in days when there are these royal conquests, and they used to be like for example, Farley's a king from a good bloodline. That man get assets and wealth and so on. You from the next side, there's a good bloodline. You got 10-20,000 army. If I got that, and I say, "Boy, I want the army. I got the money. Right? We want to conquer Farley, get Farley money. And come and give me that and give you."
Well,
So this was no cut. It's like this is not going on now more than they know. It's like a woman see my good hair texture, you got nice teeth in your mouth, you swagger and she say, "Well, don't stop. I want to be a baby father." Just like some man say, "I'm good body by my zero."
nice eyes.
Indian girl. I think it's Indian girl, right?
Nice
Indian
brown
girl.
eyes.
She got a nice double chin for me. Is this what's going on?
No,
bro?
but as Israel would say, you're lusting off of her body, right?
Correct.
But if you don't know somebody, you see a girl on the road, before you approach her, something has to attract you towards her.
I don't disagree.
What's the first thing you see? You
I
see
don't
that fat ass,
disagree.
my G?
I don't disagree, right?
Or that cute
In
face.
most relationships, it starts with lust. You see something you like them.
True.
But
You women gotta look for, is this just about lust alone? Is that all he's focusing on? My body. That's what we tell you women. Copy yourself
But
up.
his signs would show because you would find that he wouldn't want to take a certain place.
nah,
He want to take
I guess I'm brave first.
If a man, y'all hear this out. If a man is telling you women, y'all going on your first date, and he says, "Man, come over to my house." Toxic.
China gun.
That's toxic. That's signs of a toxic man. The
China
first place he wants to take you is at his house, and y'all even gonna be in the living room, be walking straight past everybody into the bedroom. He's smiling, watching Netflix and chill. That's a sign of a toxic man. I know a lot of you following
But
Unfiltered
sometimes
I
Podclass.
do Netflix and chill with it.
Huh?
I do Netflix and chill.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna Netflix
Be
and chill.
careful.
Hey, it's how we perceive it, you know. Because listen,
No,
it's
it's
just a
not
catch.
Netflix and chilling, just
But I show
chilling,
you this, right?
Hell
I show
no.
you this, right? A lot of women is like, I don't want my dude with a female bestie. No, hear me out, right? A lot of women be like this, right? And where is fine. I don't really like believe in your best friend thing because I think it's like if me you know one for X amount of years and be good, if it's the opposite sex, right? Vice versa is the same sex, we real good. I couldn't say it, my brother. I don't kind of the best friend thing is kind of like a betrayal war. It's like a war. You tightly attach to somebody, and you know that you got the expiry date. So you like walking on eggs still, but my best friend, but you got the expiry date. So for me, if I know be good because brother and sister, we can continue tongue and bite. But if I know that genuine, I got people that mean them real good. Me and them, female, never had intimate, never had carried the conversation with them. And we go with my sister, call them, they would favor, likewise they come with it. And it's nothing looking at, yeah, well, she don't keep going to church, she don't. I think these men need to have some sort of boundary. Whereby we can know that, alright, me this banner good. Right, we know one for years, we walk same place, and you can show me girl, you just see girl, give me girl, line wherever, right? And then 5, 6 years down the road, I need the girl might done, and I may see the girl some way, and the first thing comes to mind, and I call that toxicity, right?
I don't want to lash the lamp.
Right? Man, she, no, I got survey for last she, right? And as formal as she might be, I got someone with no class, they won't stick with that person. But for me, I think there's a no. I think there should be boundaries and limits. And like I always say, this quote sort of thing is there's a line to be drawn come certain things. Certain things you don't do. It matters not. People say why it's just a woman and then it's bridging into it. Why you washed up by me, she never that is nonsense. No matters not in what situation, no line there should never cross because I'm sure this is no. If you could go and lash me ex-wife or me ex-girl, really want to lash you all the time. You feel me? I don't look at you different, and I think these women, we need to be need to be our brother's keeper. Likewise, women, we need to be our sister's keeper. And just say it, but do it. Not just do it, but put action into it. Not just put action into it, but mean it. And just mean it, but go all out for it. Not just go all out for it, but be there. Go the extra mile. You understand? And if you find it happening in your workplace, all manner of thing. And fellas, another thing on this note, you need to stop having sex with your daughter, your mother, your sister, your niece, your granddaughter, these females. And stop going and tell your friends them, your friends them don't care. That show that you're a man, you're licky, you're walking on your mouth. Wherever you know woman doing that, and that thing is on you, you're not nobody care. But nobody care what you do. The velocity of it, nothing. I don't care if you lash. If you're a man, you don't have sex, it's not my concern. There's none of my business. If you're a woman, you don't have sex, it's not my concern. Your sex preference or whatever you do is not my concern. So, yeah, get me. I don't want to hear. I don't want to know. Likewise, I won't be telling anyone here. You go about your business very smart. But just don't go about telling people, I say, hey, like you're left, yeah, but I cheat this and treat. No, it's not good. It's not healthy, bro. Because how you face my doing to you that or you sister. You know, it's not healthy, it's not good. Just stop. You just come out to the culture thing, man. The culture, come out to it. Young ain't no points, you know.
No, but to come back around to the best friend, right? Come on. Let's say you have someone that you're super best friend, sister level, right? Let's say you have someone that you're close to. Consider them your best friend, you consider her your sister, right? You know, you take her around your other friends. And when she leaves the room, pressure comes to you, hey.
Yeah, but you know, I hate that thing, you know.
No, not just that, like, hey, is he taking that? Is he dealing with that? You're like, no, but this is my best friend. This is like a sister to me.
They gonna believe her. They gonna believe her.
So now it can look like either you hugging the girl for yourself, or you know, this man will see you as weaker than or less alpha because you're not for this girl. Right? And there's another thing that we impose on each other as well.
Touching on that point, I live from a different era, but I don't believe in that best friend shit.
See, this is why you gotta tell people.
I don't believe in that.
You know where you come from.
I don't believe in that because think about it. I'm leaving from my opinion. I ain't talking to no girl every day, every night, every week without any intentions. That's almost impossible. I cannot be matched that. If my wife comes and tell me she's a male best friend, I'm gonna say, leave. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say leave with your male best friend because it makes no sense. No, the male mind, we don't have that attention span for so long. The only reason a man sticks or talks a female for a long period of time is because he has ulterior motives. He might disguise it. For example, I know a man, he was posting this female, best friend. Oh, this is my best friend. Today they married.
Wow. Congratulations.
Brother gotta start somewhere with it.
No, but in a case, I know got some fellas like real genuine, like we got some real genuine, but in a case like that, right? In a case like the point taken where you said feelings is start developing.
Yeah.
But
talking to her every day, you're bound to catch feelings.
But it takes a very strong woman or male to be like, no.
How much you lose with that?
Not much.
The man that want to bust and not ain't got no boundaries. Trust me. It could be a sister, it could be your G. Come to your house, you want bust nut, you see your sister, she got off the channel. Trust me. The man that want bust nut ain't got no boundaries. That's why some 1 foot ladies get up. You be wondering, hey, what's going on? This is my head.
I think we all know one person in particular who said nothing don't pass. We not calling him, but nothing don't pass.
DJ?
Nothing don't pass. We got a few of those where we work, right? But alright, so we admit, right? We wrapping it up here. Okay, we admit all of the problems where the problems in the home, problems in relationships, outside influences, be it both men and women, lost in whatever the case would be. One solution I hear you put forward is celibacy. What other solutions would you put across?
I don't support it, but go ahead.
What others? Okay, so sex aside, masculine toxicity as a whole. What are some steps you think you could employ to help bring it down? or make men more assertive so they can handle situations better, handle their emotions better, and go about life not trying to fill every hole or punch every wall?
That's a good question.
Before you go into the right, and for Lamar would have said something men, right? We want not to get this twisted. Men, when you say men, men are caring, men are understanding, men are loving, right? Men takes care of a woman, a man protects a woman, protects his family, and provides for his family, right? All the men that out there that doesn't do none of that, and you are hitting, abusing, beating, you are feeling this bad vibe thing. You talking about yeah. So y'all turn off your TV, switch off from this podcast and go somewhere else. If you really want to learn, y'all stay tuned, right? Continue, Malachi.
Alright, so on that point, that's a great question. What are the options we got? Here's the thing. Women, stop looking for the beta male. Stop looking for the man you can just tell what to do, you can use at your own disposal. That's not what we're looking for. Allow a man to be the alpha. Trust me on this, it has its benefits. Allow the men were made to lead. And when you take that from them, they become dysfunctional. That's when they become toxic. You take away that alpha position, that alpha title from them, and they become toxic. So allow the men to lead, allow them to be alphas in the home. That's what we're made to do, that's what we're created to do, and that's the only way we can get rid of, or one of the only ways we can get rid of male toxicity. That's a good point. Allow the men to be males. Don't worry with the media right now.
Society, social media.
Society telling the women that, look, you gotta be a boss bitch. Don't worry with that.
Remember each relationship is unique, and you can make relationship unique in your own way.
My solutions, right? Celibacy, okay. You know, if you want to take that step, you take that step. Women being submissive to the husbands, ladies, not to your boyfriend, your husband. Marry first, everything else after.
Marry and done.
Marry and done, right? Men, don't just jump in a marriage just because you want one thing. It can end poorly. But for me, I think for men they need to be more assertive. Okay? I mean, everybody wants to show that they're alpha, and that's kudos to you. But men, we need to be more assertive in what we do. If we give into emotion, we always have a problem. If it's every little thing you give into emotion, we're gonna have a problem with. You're gonna have a problem personally, not just at work, but at home as well. And I believe that holding in pent up emotion, you're not getting nowhere far. Because all you need is one trigger. Maybe it's some stress at work, stress at home, stress with your woman, anything. Anything could be a trigger to you. And you won't know sometimes.
Spiral out of control.
You spiral. So now you spiral, you're seeing all women as just tail. Or you spiral and every little thing gets you angry. So we need to be more assertive. Display the emotions that were given on to you as a human. Let it out. Whatever's bothering you, just let it out.